Greetings, one and all. My name is Lancer, and welcome back once again to Mob Psycho 100 Season 3. We are on episode 9 of this interesting season. No, I mean, it's been a great season. It's, because, the first two seasons were very action-heavy. We're coming back to the, central story beats and whatnot of the season. It's sort of wrapping up as we go into what I've been assuming is the end, and what everyone has been telling me is the end. But last time on Mob Psycho, we had, the Tome, the Telepathy Club little arc. A little too off. It was really crazy, especially that last episode, because we pretty much got isekai'd. Or at least one dude did. I'm curious if that at all actually happened. It would be funny if it just wasn't acknowledged at all. And yeah, after the whole Dimple arc, my prediction was that probably the next big chunk of story might be Tsubomi. And I think that might be what we're getting into with this next episode. Which probably means some stuff that's going to hit close to home, and it's probably going to be pretty emotional, and I'm not going to be ready for it. So I say, without further ado, let's get right into the episode. Oh no. Come on, Mob, you can do it.
It was a dream.
No, you can make that dream a reality, man. Come on. There's no such thing as out of your league or anything like that. Come on. One of us has to succeed. It's interesting, on Mal, they still show this season as an unknown amount of episodes. But the first two seasons were 12 and 13 episodes. Or, maybe this will be a 20 episode season. It probably will be just 13 episodes or 12, who knows? Hope it's longer. I'm not ready to say goodbye. One and only one. Mob 1 moving. Oh no. What do you mean moving? Who's moving?
Tsubomi Takane from Class 3 will be moving away next month.
Bullshit.
Progress.
Nah,
At all.
what's the twist here? There's something.
I have to do it.
You have to. Just do it, bro. So not like that. don't do that.
I need some advice.
Advice? Now grow a pair! Show her what white tea poison's made of!
Yes.
Take your shirt off.
No hesitation. Damn.
You're developing some excellent muscles. Rely on those and you won't need advice from anybody.
Just take your shirt off in front of her.
Training when we go for each other.
Body and buffet.
Let's go!
These guys are the best, man.
Sure is a bummer that Takane's moving away.
Go talk to Reagan.
Crush on her for a while.
You should do something about that hair of yours.
Oh no.
But I think I'd better leave it at that.
Tsubomi, I want
Oh no.
to tell you about something. I love you. I love you so much. Please go out with me.
Sorry, no. Is it important that I give you a reason?
Is it important? There's a line. Yikes. Just give a blanket thing of just if we've never talked, I'm not interested. God damn it, Mob.
All the other boys have been taking their shot asking her out.
Say what now?
Or is a broken-hearted lad?
Broken-hearted lads.
Lost in the shuffle. So I think she keeps her feelings close to the chest.
Dimple did talk about that she's very closed off. It's not like she's leaving tomorrow.
How would you know if
Talk to Reagan and Ritsu and all them.
What is it you like about
I
her?
was just about to say, I was like, what does he like about her? Because he's not just going to say that she's pretty.
This puppy love stuff has no place here. It's only when you get right down to it, men are simple creatures.
Okay, Reagan.
It must have been a girl you liked back then. No, sir. Not that I can recall. Not a one.
What about you, Reagan?
I don't think it matters or not whether you can put them into words. Exactly.
Sometimes-
I always managed to express my own point of view perfectly.
Sometimes you can't say it. Does she remember any of this, though?
I'm only showing you these things, Tsubomi.
I'm getting bored.
Thank you so much. Yes, you're right. That's what I'll do.
Mob. I'm going to cry. Come on. Ow!
I guess even Reagan is insecure when it comes to stuff like this. Seems popular with the older ladies among our clients, though.
Because he's good with them hands.
I believe in you, Mob.
We all do, man. Oh no. Oh no, not Giga Chat.
What's with the sighing?
Oh yeah, come on, Teru.
You in some kind of trouble again?
Just talk to everybody.
It's really not something you have to worry that much about. You only feel that way because you're popular. You've got nothing to be ashamed of, so have some confidence.
You saved the world, bro. What advice would I give, Mob? I'll save that for later.
So you're gonna be the next one in line to ask her out?
Next one in line, don't say that.
The person I like is actually someone I met at cram school.
Yeah, but she made that up, right?
Keep your chin up no matter what.
You always be prepared for the worst. Yeah, get them bone strong. Ha! That's funny. Is he calling her? Nah, I don't know if I can do this, bro. Don't call her. Do it in person. Unless you're calling her to a place. I can't do this.
Your house phone's the only number I have.
Thank God, I don't want to hear the other end of this.
There's something I'd really like to talk to you about. I'd rather tell you in person.
Okay.
I was wondering if you might have some time. My voice. No way.
My voice. Well, let me. Like, she knows already, but how long they talk for? Oh God, I'm scared how this episode's gonna end.
I had to ask everyone around me for advice on how to ask her out.
It was mainly just confidence. Stop.
Lately, I've
Damn.
started noticing
It's getting better.
I don't hold back my feelings as much.
You're developing, man. I'm so scared. I'm so nervous.
It's not
That's
about the
fine.
size.
Thanks for
Yes,
coming
Mom.
in.
Yes.
How about we make a little trade? Okay.
This is exchange for not murdering me last season.
Everyone, thank you.
Okay. Ooh. Kid didn't even pay attention. Don't get isekai. Nah. Bro. Well, Mob's dead. No, okay, that's probably gonna... It's setting up for it to probably go many different ways. It might go... Hopefully it doesn't do this, where it's gonna... Tsubabi's gonna go there and it's gonna be like, oh great, Mob stood me up. But I feel like she would know that. It's just like, Mob wouldn't stand me up. Just tell her later, it's just like, oh yeah, I literally saved a kid's life and gotten hit by a car. I mean, it's an interesting thing though. It's like he could have just used his powers there, but I guess the Deku movement, where it's just, you know, your body moves before you really think about it. This season, other than the Dimple arc, and even then that was only like 2 episodes really, the season hasn't really been too action heavy. Very intentional, I'm sure. Just it's been much more, you know, story heavy, and just, you know, going back to the original story beats that we set up, you know, Dimple, Takane. I still think something's up with Tsubomi. Between what they talked about in the Dimple arc and then everything that happened last season with her, there's something with her. I might be thinking too deep into it, but I mean, again, Dimple talked about she was one of the last ones to fall under his possession because she was just so headstrong and just not wanting to fall in line with all that. I mean, it's easy because it's like, you know, this is a story, it's fiction, so it's like, it's probably gonna end with them getting together, but it might be an interesting story if Mob realizes that he doesn't want her, or just something different happens there. But I'm just really curious how that story ultimately comes to an end. Like, maybe it might be poetic with kind of thing with her moving away, that she moves away and that's Mob maybe letting go of her. Again, I'm rooting for him. The man knows what he wants and he's gonna go for it, and I want the best for him. But yeah, I was talking about what kind of advice would I give Mob for this? I don't know. I'm not really one who could really give too much advice on this. I mean, I definitely have had experience with this field, but, you know, my experience was definitely not the average experience. I guess the funny one is that, you know, you're expected that when you take trash out of the house, you're not supposed to bring trash back in. Tsubomi, we haven't delved too much into her character. I mean, the most we've gotten is mainly this season. And, like, the Reagan, like, when she went to Reagan's office last season. I'm curious if there's like any vulnerability to her, if she's gonna like reveal that to Mob. Like she's had her eye on Mob like all along. Like maybe not necessarily romantic. To be fair, she does owe him at least something because of what happened earlier this season. You know, he saved her from the sneeze thing. I guess just simple, like real advice I would give him. It's just like, don't overdo it, don't overthink it. I mean, it's easy to say, you know, in like hindsight and all that. It's like, yeah, don't overthink it, but obviously you're gonna overthink every fucking thing. Especially when you're that age. Keep it real. Don't try to make it like this extravagant thing. Like the last thing you want to do is make her feel guilted into giving you a positive answer. And that's why I'm not really all for like, you know, giving, like, you know, doing flowers, like chocolates or whatnot. It's like, just show up as you. You know, don't give anything that'll like stunt their perception or whatnot. Yeah, it's a nice gesture, but like you don't want it to make them feel like that they owe you then, because then they're like, oh, I don't actually like them, but it's like they gave me chocolates and whatnot, so it's like, you know, maybe I'll just turn them down later. Because thankfully nothing like that has ever happened to me, but I don't know, I'm similar to Teru in a way. I've mostly kind of been on the receiving end of that kind of stuff. I mean, again, it's one of those things where I don't have a lot of that kind of experience, like, you know, having to confess to someone. A lot of it is just like, it just happens naturally. It's like you hang out with the person, you get to know them, and then one thing leads to another, and it's like a lot of times you don't even need to say it. It just sort of just happens. I've never been in that scenario, like, you know, having to like wait, just being at home being like, all right, I'm gonna confess to this person. Well, again, it sort of just happened, you know, for the sake of tension and, you know, funny comedy and whatnot. It makes for a good story to do it this way. But either way, I could rant and talk about that kind of stuff forever, especially like with this and just, you know, trying to give advice and all that. You know, I guess not like I'm a sage old man or anything. I'm literally only just, you know, a 20-year-old child just with a little bit of experience that hopefully someone could take something away from. But besides all that, this was this episode of Mob Psycho. Hope you all enjoyed it. Join me next week for episode 10, as well as everything else I'll be continuing to watch this season. So until next time, I'm Lancer. Thanks for watching.